Welcome to the Garlic Boys podcast, where we trade friendship like a good recipe treats garlic. You can never have too much of it. We're your host. I'm Connor O'Connor.
And I'm at a Haux.
I went into this and I did that, and then how was your week?
It was good. It was.
Thank you so much for listening. As always, remember to stay garlicky.
Stay garlicky. Wow, that was a productive episode. That was good.
Yeah, that was a good episode. Do you want to
much.
talk about it and see like how we can improve for the next episode?
Yeah. Let's spend the next hour maybe talking about how we can.
Like a quick debrief.
If I'm being honest, I think that I could talk a little bit slower, even though we were doing a really quick episode. I think I could talk a little bit slower. I don't think I was as legible. I don't think I was as hearable. Hearable. As you know, as I normally am. Even though I know we were trying to be fast, but
like we listen and we don't judge. And I don't know if I listened enough in that episode. You know, I do think sometimes I talk too much.
Right. At those speeds, though, like what is there to really listen to? You know,
maybe like a really cool intro song.
Yeah, like a really cool intro song,
like this one. Welcome to the Garlic Boys podcast, where we treat friendship like a good recipe treats garlic. You can never have too much of it. We're your hosts. I'm Connor O'Connor.
And guess what? It's your boy. I can't say that.
Skinny penis.
You said it.
Well, we can say penis now.
Anatomically, yes. Sexually, Connor.
I'm not saying it sexually.
I'm Matt. What's up?
My medical diagnosis is that you have a skinny penis.
There you go. And we did room together, so 10 out of 10 can confirm. He would know more than anybody else.
I don't actually. Contrary to popular belief, Matt and I have never seen each other naked.
Yeah, that's true.
We took way too long to confirm that was true.
We have been in the bathroom quite a bit together, and I love making Connor uncomfortable. I love it. All right. And I will talk to Connor. He will not talk back, but I will always make a point of talking to Connor.
If you talk to someone while they're going to the bathroom, you're a sociopath. I'm just going to put that out there.
If you're in a stall, yes, absolute sociopath. If you're at the urinals, no, that's totally fine. That's where you're supposed to talk.
No,
they don't.
We talk in the stalls. I'm not talking to you while I have my penis in my hand, Matt.
They don't put the dividers between the urinals for a reason, Connor.
They do put dividers between the urinals.
No, there's a divider between the stalls for a reason. Between urinals, in most places, there are no dividers. There are a few stragglers, but they realized that nobody was talking in the bathrooms anymore, so they wanted to remove that barrier from being able to talk to each other and see each other in its entirety, you know?
I don't like urinals. I don't like talking at a urinal. I want to be alone. I want to be left alone. The only thing worse than being talked to at a urinal is having to use like a floor length urinal.
Oh my gosh, I hate those.
Like a tall urinal.
The Guthrie, the little movie theater in Grove City used to have. I don't know. I haven't been in there in a while since they like new owners and renovations and all that. But like they used to have the tall floor length urinals. And I'm like, who wants their pee to travel that far?
Rachel's Roadhouse used to have them. I don't know if they still do.
It's sociopathic. Like I don't want, like my pee is already on normal urinals is already splashing enough, right?
Right.
On a tall one, now my socks are soaked. Thank you for that.
I might as well just be peeing on the floor.
Right.
Because that's what I'm doing, really.
You're just peeing in a kind of hole in the floor. Like that's really all you're doing. I might as well.
Now, I've pooped in a hole in the floor, but I won't pee in it.
Did you know that there are actually a lot of, I believe it's China, they still use squatty potties, like where you have to, not the actual squatty potty, but where you have to squat very low to the ground and go to the bathroom.
Yes, Matt. I have used one.
In China?
Not in China, but when I was in Cambodia.
That's what I was talking about. I was
It's
talking
the same
about
thing, dude. It's not China, though. It's not just China.
Is okay, when we're talking about I don't care about your little trip to Cambodia and you squatting on the floor. We have enough images of you squatting, right?
No, I need to describe in detail how I pooped in the floor in China or in Cambodia.
I saw a video of a bathroom. I don't remember where it was. But the floors wash themselves and the toilet spins around, so you have a brand new toilet that's fully clean and washed, right? So like, okay,
after every use, because that's fantastic.
Yes, picture this: you go into the bathroom, right, and it looks spick and span, and you're like, okay, wow, they really keep up these bathrooms. So then you sit on the toilet, doesn't have a speck of nothing on it because nobody's used this toilet, right? So you sit down on the toilet and you go to the bathroom, you do your business, you get up. Imagine you can float so that you don't have to leave the bathroom to see this majesty happen. The toilet just rotates. It's like a secret door. The toilet just rotates and out comes a new toilet, right? Obviously not a brand new toilet, but a clean toilet. It'll flush, and all that. And then the floor, rushing water, right? Comes rushing across the floor after every use and cleans the floor and then dries, and you have a perfectly clean, amazing bathroom every time. You could go into that bathroom, leave the bathroom, go back into the bathroom, and it ain't the same toilet that you use. It ain't the same floor. Well, it is the same floor. It's just washed. I think it's incredible. I think everybody should be using those, even in households.
Is this a real thing or just like a dream you had once?
This is a real thing. This is an actual toilet that has been created in some country that I don't remember.
I mean, that's brilliant, honestly. And like the floor thing, if you just like a Roomba but a mop.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if that's the thing yet, but like, guys, a Roomba that's a mop.
Like that should have been the second thing you created. A Roomba. Oh,
a Roomba that's a mop.
I created this magical robot that'll go across the floor and sweep your floors.
Roomba.
Guess what? I have a second idea.
Mop.
A magical robot thing that goes around and mops your floors after sweeping the floors.
Good news, they make it, and guess what? There's also a combo.
All right, good job, guys.
Not bad, not bad.
You can do it. I know that we have to know at this point, right? That every single invention is just somebody who has already invented time travel, going back in time, listening to these episodes, and then going forward in time to create the item, right? Like that's just factual at this point. We've had so many good ideas that just so happen to already exist.
I kind of want to continue talking about toilets.
Let's continue talking about toilets, buddy. Go ahead.
If you were going to poop in public, which I know you don't like to do.
Yeah.
But if you were physically forced to.
Yeah.
Would you rather the seat be warm or cold?
Why is it warm? I think is the
you don't get to know. Like there's no smell when you walk in.
But it's not a heated
warm toilet,
right? Like it's not.
You don't know.
It's not a fancy toilet that has heated seats because those exist. Those do exist.
I'd say you're at like a mid-tier restaurant. Like you walk into a Red Lobster and the toilet seat is warm.
Oh no, ice cold. Like that's what I would want. I would want ice cold. I don't care about the 30 seconds of my butt being a little chilly, that little frigid, oh, you know. But I would much rather that than it be warm. Oh, then you're sitting on somebody else's butt sweat.
Oh yeah, somebody else just sat on that seat.
Right, like that's gross. That's nasty.
Ashes to ashes, butts to butts.
I
I don't like a warm toilet seat. Having a toilet seat warmer for your house to me, and it's like, no.
see.
Yeah, I want to be cold a little. Like I'll deal with it because then I know no one else sat on this before me.
Fair enough.
Like unless I lived alone and I knew for sure there was no one else that could sit on it, but then it'd still be like, well, then why is it warm then?
Yeah, right. I think I really want a Japanese like full service toilet. It's got a bidet built into it that's self-cleaning. It's got a heated seat. It's got music. It's got music that comes out of it. It's got LED lights. It's got the whole shebang, right? They're like several $1,000s.
You just want the toilet that Mater fights in Cars 2?
Yes, that is exactly what I want. I plan, like, this is my next big purchase. We got a deep, like a chest freezer.
Yeah.
As a gift. I was like, wow, like this is an incredible gift that we were going to spend a couple $100s on. Now we don't have to. So our next big purchase, whenever we actually have money and actually have savings, and maybe the next time we're in a new house rather than this house, because this is we know this isn't going to be my permanent residence for the rest of my life. It's just not big enough to house enough kids, for the amount of kids that we want. Right. So we're going to upgrade, get a bigger house eventually. So when that becomes our permanent residence, I will buy a Japanese toilet that's got the whole shebang, the whole kit and caboodle, if you will. And it's going to be the single greatest purchase I'll ever make. And the kids ain't going to touch it. Nope, not touching it. It's going to be in my bathroom. Only my butt. And
just like a keypad and a fingerprint scanner to get into the bathroom.
It's only my butt and maybe Mia's if I allow it. Will be able to use his toilet. Nobody else.
That just means that I now have to find some way to use that toilet. What you just gave me was a personal challenge.
I would maybe let you use the toilet. I will see. It's a maybe. It's like it's for my butt though. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be ergonomically like molded to my tush, right? And I don't think anybody else is going to find it as amazing. I am going to spend probably more time on that toilet than anywhere else in the house.
I need to make sure somehow I can get a toilet that my legs won't fall asleep when I use it.
See, that would be really nice.
Like that's the dream.
Why do they fall asleep when you're using the toilet?
Because the toilet seat digs into your legs. And look, I'm pooping for 30 to 45 minutes. And that's not because I don't want to get off and because of TikTok. Literally just like aftershocks in an earthquake.
Sometimes you just got to let it bleed a little bit before you get off the toilet. Like it's just
I've tried it where I sit down and like I poop for 10 minutes and then I get up and then like I try and go back about my day. But then it's like round 2's here and it's like I could have just sat down. I'm doing so much more work than I need to right now.
You just don't feel like you're done after 10 minutes. I don't know how people do it. Like I never feel like I'm done. I feel like I need, and I know that factually, scientifically, you are more likely to get hemorrhoids the longer you sit on the toilet. I don't care. I'll deal with a little bit of pain. It's fine.
I'm in chronic pain already. You think I can't deal with a little more?
Yeah.
Ooh, and it hurts when I walk. Guess who's just not going to walk anymore?
It hurts when I sit. Guess who's just going to lay down forever?
No, I have been being a little bit more conscientious about my weight and health and everything. But
hey, I want to say that's good, right?
Well, I needed to be because apparently I can't buy a suit anywhere.
That is very frustrating, but I also think that's not very fair.
I don't know if we talked about this last week. I think we mainly talked about Captain America.
I think so.
Which look at what's made its addition to the background here. But Matt and I went and looked at suits for my wedding. We went to 2 stores. First, we went to Men's Warehouse, and they had a jacket that was close to my size, but it didn't fit perfectly, so the guy didn't want to give it to me, which is fine. He's like, you should go check out Destination XL, which, if you're not familiar with it, it's basically going, hey, fatty, here's another store you should try that's made specifically for you. And so we do that. We get to that store, and this lady ended up being like so sweet and like was really nice at the end of it. But we get in there, and she's like, first thing she's like, we close at 7, right? And it's like, hello, like, good evening, nice to meet you.
Fair, it was like 6:30, like it was before 6:30. We weren't really like, yes, we were kind of close to close, but not that close. Like if it was 5-10 minutes, I'd be like, yeah, lady, we'll come back another time. We made this entire trip for nothing.
It's not like she was in the back, like doing something. She was sitting at the front desk.
Right.
And so, like, okay, calm down, lady. Let's have a conversation before you get mad at me. Like I said, she warmed up to us in the end. But I was like, hey, I just kind of like need to see like if I can get a suit here and like what my size is and everything. She's like, oh, this usually takes like an hour to do. It didn't take an hour because guess who has my size, but not the suit color I want. Because apparently fat people can't have joy either.
Yeah, and the fact that they don't have like a custom option on their website, is 0 cents. There's 0 cents in that, considering you have people buying these clothes that you kind of already have to make custom options for. There's an entire store because they don't fit the other clothes in the other stores. Come on. Like
you literally said, hey, you have nowhere else to go, fatty, and we're going to limit your options even more.
Yeah, it doesn't really make any sense. But for some reason, the only suit that they had kind of remotely close to the color that Connor wants was like a semi-formal like sport jacket kind of thing. It is
like leisurely like sweatpants slacks.
Right. Yeah.
And I was like, no, I need to at least put some effort into how I look. So I got to try and lose weight so I can fit into something. I got at least sized at the XL, and so that was nice. So I know what my goal is. We went to the gym twice this week.
I will say you were pretty close. The one at whatchamacallit, Men's Warehouse, fit you everywhere else. It was just kind of the midsection area that it didn't button. So like,
which they also have tailoring options. And the guy at Men's Warehouse like helped us and answered all the questions, but there was also just a little bit of air of like, I don't really want to be talking to you right now.
Yeah.
Which they didn't close to 9, and it was like maybe 5:30 when we were there. And so like it just was a weird day for customer service, at least towards me. Like, I know I was weird when I walked in, but that's just because I was nervous, and just Matt and my brother went with me, and neither one of them let me stop talking.
I tried, but I was also dying at the same time. I was attempting to not die. Still am, but you know.
But I got some big that came in this week, and there's gonna be people online, because there have been people in my life that are telling me I shouldn't wear this yet, but I want to wear it because she gets to wear hers, and I feel fancy and nice.
Are you wearing your engagement or like your ring?
This is my wedding band, yes. And I'm wearing it already because it makes me feel nice and it makes me feel engaged. Now, I'm probably going to stop wearing it once I get my silicone ones in, just because I don't want to be wearing this all the time. But let me see if this is going to do it. Is it going to focus up here?
I'm going to go with no.
No. Can you see that there's a little bit of an inscription on it?
You can see it's this little. It focused.
You see that?
Yep.
That's right, y'all. I got the one ring.
He slashed it off Sauron's hand himself. He did it.
Autumn asked me what kind of ring I wanted for my engagement ring, or for my wedding band, and my first thought was, "Oh, I want the Green Lantern ring."
Oh yeah, that's definitely the best first thought.
Well, then I was like, "Oh no, she's not gonna let me do that." Well, the one ring kind of looks like a normal ring. People aren't gonna be able to tell unless you look at it. And so I said that, and she bought it for me, and it's fantastic, and I am very happy with it. It also has like the writing on the inside as well. Like it's fully in the black speech and everything.
That's awesome, buddy. I too wore I'm not wearing it at this exact moment, but I too wear engagement rings. I think it's cool, and I think men should get engagement rings too.
Yeah, I think you're allowed to.
Yep.
Because like there is like a part of like planning the wedding that is like, I don't know, dude. Like I'm a guy, I don't think about that. But also like this is my wedding. And this is I'm only gonna get maybe 2 more weddings after this. Let me enjoy this as we're doing it.
I can't say much to that. I was gonna say, you fool! You're never getting remarried. But I am getting remarried here in like a year. No, Autumn's an amazing person. Unlike
The only reason Autumn and I will not be together forever is if she dies.
exactly. That's how I feel about Maria.
I got your picture. I'm coming with you, dear Maria. Count me in. Sorry. But yeah, it was nice that Matt came down for that. We had a fun time. We went to Barnes and Nobles.
Yeah, I got Dungeon Crawler Carl 3.
After we had to ask an employee because Matt didn't think to check the new release table for the new release book.
Okay, I need to explain this here, right? The first or the books, this third book has been out for a couple of years already. So I didn't think, hey, let's go to new releases because it's been out for like 2 years, Connor. The reason it's a new release is because they're doing a new cover. They're doing new cover art. And I guess it was very recently released, the new cover art. So that's why it was in the new releases.
I swear I was listening, but also at the same time, AJ was trying to walk past to let the dog out and was tiptoeing to be quiet, even though I had muted myself so he could walk past.
Tiptoe
and tripped on, I think, the broom here during the bit and like silently fell the slowest I've ever seen someone fall. You okay? You good?
You good?
You all right?
You all right?
I was knocked down the shelf, which would have been the least stealthy, loudest thing you've ever heard. And yeah, pick up the broom. Don't leave the broom there.
Raining down into the camera.
It would have ended badly for not just me. Say hi to the broom.
Hi, broom.
Anyways, what were we talking? Oh, yeah. So
Sorry.
I got Dungeon Crawler 3.
That wasn't even the best book that we got there, though. Do you remember the full title of Mia's book? Because this dumbfounded me.
Oh, that time I got drunk and yeeted a werewolf? Was that it?
Was it like a fire potion at a werewolf or something like that?
Maybe. That sounds kind of right. I don't know. It's a That Time I Got Drunk series. There's 3 books in the series.
So there's The Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon.
Yep.
The Time I Got Drunk, I Saved a Human.
Yep.
And The Time I Got Drunk and Yeeted a Love Potion at a Werewolf.
That's what it was.
That's the one.
Yeah, so it's a romantasy series that are kind of standalone but also interconnected.
It was the most out of the blue title I've ever read for a book, and it made me almost want to read again, but
almost
I'm determined not to.
Screw you, books.
Name one good thing books have ever done for me.
made me forget that I was depressed.
That doesn't do anything for me.
Well, it did something for me, but maybe it could do the same for you.
You know what helps me forget that I'm depressed?
Maybe medication. That's what most normal people take.
That's right, Dr. Pepper.
Ah, shoot! I didn't get one.
Yep, you didn't. And it's
Eh.
fine because Matt already tried the new flavor of Dr. Pepper without me, and I'm not going to pretend like he didn't this time like we've done in the past.
What?
For some reason,
Whoa!
no, I'm talking now. For some reason, even though since our first episode we have done drink reviews, Matt forgets that we do it, and then we'll go and get a drink before we can try it on air. It took me a month to find this, I'm pretty sure, and I didn't even find it. Autumn bought it for me, so shout out to her.
You know what's really weird? It
What?
took you a month to find that, but I found it like a month ago and bought an entire case of it and drank the whole thing.
I hate everything about you. And
do you want me to pretend like I didn't drink the orange creamsicle Pepsi, and then we can do that one on the wait, okay. I think they're coming out with a whole slew of Baja Blasts this summer. Obviously different flavors, but a whole slew of new Mountain Dew Baja drinks. So I'll wait to drink all those.
Well, at least you moved to the broom this.
Did he trip again?
He didn't trip this time, but his shoe did fart, which alluded to that he was there. But the way I have the camera set up is not anywhere he can be on camera, and he's still like Scooby-Doo crawling. Hold on, we're going to show you what he's doing. Here's a little peek behind the curtain to what our apartment looks like. Here's what he was doing. Matt, you can't talk. Gotta go to you. There you have it. Oh, now he's going down to the basement.
Good Lord.
All
right. Try that.
So this is the new Blackberry Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
Not a fan of blackberries.
I don't think you'll be able to really care or tell.
I've been told that this is sweet or sweeter. Ooh, you get that full berry flavor just from the smell of it.
Yeah, I think the smell is stronger than the actual flavor of the blackberry.
We all know it's chemistry rules, so we waft to begin. Okay. That is very berry forward. It's more like a wild berry mix. Like it's not like, like how like a strawberry tastes like a strawberry. This just smells like berry.
Sure.
And maybe that's why it's called a berry. Matt, do you think blackberries are actually berries?
We discussed this already, but I don't remember what the answer was. Yes!
It's a little grapey, and it's weird because I'm not getting any of the Dr. Pepper flavor.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that berry flavor, which isn't like terrible, but like if I wanted berry flavor, I'd just drink like a Faygo or a Fanta. It's not the worst. It's not the worst one we've ever had.
I officially hate you. I know that it is technically pronounced Fanta. I hate your guts. It's Fanta. It's Fanta, like fantasy. All right? It's Fanta, and I will die on that hill.
I said it deliberately to see how long you would let me get away with it for, because this is a hill you've died on before.
Yeah.
Not on this show in college.
I will continue to die on this hill.
You know what I miss, though? Mm-hmm. And I think this is why I'm thinking about wild berry flavor. The tie-in with Spider-Man No Way Home Dr. Pepper that was a wild berry mix in that dark blue can. That was, I think, the best Dr. Pepper that they've made. And now that I think about it, that's two different products that have had wild berry that are tied to a Spider-Man movie. and the second in the trilogy, and it's not horrible, but it's weird that it's happened twice, right? Do you need me to tell you what the other product was so that you can have an opinion, or are you just gonna sit there?
Right. No, yeah, totally. Yeah.
The
No, I mean, right.
2002 Wild Berries Pop Tarts that tied in with Spider-Man 2.
Right. Yeah.
It's Joe from the Basement Yard's favorite
Yes,
Pop Tart. How
I
do you
know,
not remember this?
Connor, I know.
Well, it's a podcast. Can you talk to me?
No, I don't want to talk. I want to sit in silence and just nod my head so nobody can hear me think or talk. That's what I want to do.
Hey, but do you want to talk about how your new job's going and how that's making you feel?
My new job's been going great, actually.
Are you sure? Because I don't think you're on the same realm as me right now.
My new job has been absolutely fantastic. No hate to my old job, a little bit of hate. I am so happy that I'm not working there anymore. I'm working at my new job, and it's glorious. It's fantastic. I love it. My coworkers have been really great. I'm used to really conservative people in this field, which is fair because I picked a field that's full of conservative people. And in the workplace, I don't really care, right? Like I'm just there to get money and go home. These people that I work with, from what I can tell and certain inklings of conversations I've had, are pretty right-leaning, right? But they're not talking about it every 2 seconds. Because I feel like at every other job I've had, they're just talking about it all the time. Two jobs ago, I've probably said the name. I'm trying not to say the name of my jobs, right? Just because I don't want the HR to call me and be like, hey, you're talking bad about us. You know what? 2 jobs ago, that's all they talked about. It every day, all day. It was just politics. And like if we had the news on, guess which channel it was? The worst news channel in the history of news channel. This job does not have that on 24/7. They have it on when I first come in, and I turn it off, and nobody cares. Nobody's like, our lords and saviors on that channel.
You don't want to listen to the Orange Daddy?
I really, though, I have been there a week. And it's probably my favorite job so far. It has potential to not be good, but it also has potential to be really, really freaking great. I haven't worked with the person that I will be working with, like from now until the end of my career here, right? So I don't know what he's like. I've heard he's a good guy. Just a little quiet, right? But who knows? I won't. I don't know until I work the shift, which is next week. So pray for me. I'm going back to night shift for the rest of time.
That sucks, buddy.
Yeah. That's what I hate about the first week at jobs is because the most stuff happens during the day. You have to train during the day. So I went from night shift at my last job to working a week on day shift. Now I'm going back to night shift. So I just like screwed up my whole sleep schedule, waking up at 5:30 in the freaking morning every day just to go back to a night shift schedule next week.
How's it feel to wake up at a normal and reasonable time?
It sucks. Although, good news, I don't think I'm ever going to work a Tuesday again unless they ask me to cover overtime.
There you go.
Tuesdays are wide open.
That's not like necessary for everyone else to know, but that's good for us because that's typically when we try to record our other podcast, TGB One Shots.
Exactly. So yeah, very exciting stuff. That's my job. I'm just protecting and serving.
Do you want to? I just came up with a new segment idea off the top of my head. Do you want to do it?
Sure. Let's go.
It's gonna be an angry one.
Ah, yeah! I love being angry.
Welcome to a new segment called.
I'm gonna let you know that didn't go through at all, but don't try again because I don't want you to hurt your beautiful voice muscles.
Welcome to a new segment called.
Wait for it. That was almost worse. Okay. No, it didn't.
Oh.
Welcome to a new segment called. Ah! How about that one? Did that go through?
Welcome to a new segment called.
Welcome to a new segment called but 100 times louder. All right, what is this new segment, buddy?
Would you like to talk about the ridiculousness that Fox News was hating on this week, or JD Vance demanding President Zelensky say thank you?
Oh, I really want to broach on that subject. That sounds very fun because I know Fox News has some ridiculous segments. I'm not going to be shocked by that.
Good news, we have enough time to talk about both of them. There is another podcast called oh no.
You can do it.
I hate when this happens on the show, when like something I like actively listen to just leaves my head immediately.
Well, it's a good thing you're editing. It's a good thing you're editing this episode.
Hold on. What is this stupid podcast you host, John Lovitz?
John, tell us the name of the podcast.
Tell me the name, John.
Oh, not you, John Malkovich. John Lovitz. Gosh. How many Johns are there? John Krasinski, I wasn't talking to you. Gosh.
There it is. Pod Save America.
Ah, okay.
It's hosted by John Lovitz. It's put out by Crooked Media. And they did an episode. I don't know if it was on this actual podcast or if it was another one. John Lovitz has a few podcasts, but he did one with Bill Maher.
Yeah.
And Bill Maher did a gotcha thing with Democrats and everything like that. And the Fox News was playing it, but not playing the rest of the clip where his point was actually disproven. And, you know, only giving half the information so they seem like the smart ones, but not actually acknowledging the full information to see that they're the ones getting owned, Fox News style. But like within it, they just kept going in on John for sitting with his legs crossed and like using the outdated term for it. And like, because I guess as big, strong men on Fox News that have to get their makeup applied more than the women do, they can't say crisscross applesauce. Or like can't just say he was sitting with his legs crossed. They had to say Indian style.
Oh, of course.
And I'm sorry, I just said it because that's not necessary. But like,
no,
that's what they were saying. And okay, that's all you can focus on because he was making too good of a point, so you have to attack him physically and personally.
This coming from literally the Fox News host. I don't know who was making fun of him, right?
It was generic white guy number 4 on their channel.
Jesse Waters had an entire segment about how using straws is unmanly. Like an entire 5-minute talk about how using straws is unmanly.
Well, using straws is unmanly, but luckily they're now plastic again for when you want to be unmanly because Trump reversed that with an executive order.
Yeah.
But there was a meeting today in the Oval Office between President Zelensky of Ukraine, Donald Trump, and JD Vance. I guess it was Bring Your Child to Work Day, and that's why Vance was there. But like this interview starts with him just like talking at Zelensky and talking down to him. And like at one point, he basically just keeps asking Zelensky questions, and it's like blaming Ukraine for being invaded. And it's like, you wouldn't have lasted long if it wasn't for American weapons. You're conscripting soldiers and sending them to the front line. Why are you doing that? Why can't you just save yourselves? And like, not allowing Zelensky to talk. And it's like, well, like, you have the luxury of having this ocean between you, and I hope that no one ever comes here, but I'm sure they will soon. Which then causes Grandpa to start going off and literally yelling at him.
I heard there was a screaming match. Like I saw some sort of post. This is ridiculous.
And like they just won't let Zelensky talk. And then as Trump is yelling at him, you just hear JD Vance from the side going, "And you never said thank you. Did you say thank you once? No, you never said thank you. You never thanked us for our help."
Apparently, the only way to win an argument for these people is to just not let the other person talk, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like that's become clear to me in my conversations with people who I don't particularly agree with, is that they just talk over you until you stop trying.
Well, because it's no longer a conversation.
Yeah.
It's, I'm going to tell you what I believe is true, or what the truth is, sure. And you're going to sit there and listen. And if you don't, then you're just a dissentant and you're against our president, who is hot, cool, strong, and buff, and everyone should love. Even though he has the bruise the size of Texas on the back of his hand.
I saw that. I don't know what that is.
It's the feebleness of a 78-year-old man is what it is. And like,
yeah.
In his yelling match at Zelensky, Trump was like, that was a deal made by an idiot. That was an old president. And that was the idiot named Biden that made that. And just like, there's no kindness and no decorum.
No, there never will be.
And there should be a level of respect, especially because there's cameras on in there. But those cameras cut before anyone could see that on the TV, because they wanted to protect their precious overlord from seeming like a total jag-off to everyone. But because they're so narcissistic and they want to control the narrative so much, there was people in there that were filming for online sources that didn't cut their cameras and continued filming them just bullying this man into saying thank you and yelling at him that he was the problem and he's why Russia invaded. And like, if he really wanted to win this war, they should be grateful that they're even considering help. And there's just no common decency. And it just kills me that people continue to call this man God's chosen leader.
Yeah. I would like you to point out one thing. I'm gonna put the bar low, right? One thing that Trump has done that is actually godlike, that emulates Jesus's teachings even one iota. Because there's not. I can tell you 100% there's not, which is why I'm saying I'm setting the bar low at 1. Bring it.
Matt, no. Don't you know he's not perfect? He's just a man. He's just human. He can't be perfect. He can just strive to be it.
I'm not asking.
All leaders and all people of the Bible that like the heroic figures were flawed in some way, but they were still being able to use in a massive way.
I'm asking him to emulate Jesus even once. One in one way.
Jesus hung out with prostitutes just like Trump does.
Yeah, but does he pay for them, or
that's not what you asked though?
It's very different whether or not he's paying for them or hanging out with them because he's Jesus.
Well, that's been this week's rendition of
Speaking of presidents, I have a G-spot this week.
Yes, a garlic spotlight.
Yep, that's me. I have one, and I've located it. It's on Hulu, right? I think it's on Hulu.
Yes, it is.
How do you know? You have no idea what I'm talking about?
Oh, you're talking about that new show starring Sterling K. Brown and James Marsden, where James Marsden is the president.
I hate you. I hate you that you actually knew that. Yes, Paradise is what it's called. It's really interesting. I'm only a few episodes in, right? But so far it's been a really cool, interesting story. And it delves into so there's a little bit of post-apocalyptic stuff in there. There's a little bit of excuse me, a little bit of James Marsden being a racist president in there. There's a little bit of Sterling, what's his name? Sterling K.
Brown.
Sterling K. Brown, who is obviously, in my opinion, a really, really good actor. And he's continues to be a really good actor in this. I'm enjoying it. A couple episodes in, like I said, and there's some nice twists and turns in there. Like it's very, very like psychological kind of, I don't want to say thriller-esque, right? Because it's not really a thriller, but like there's some psychological elements in there, which I think are cool.
Breaking news. President Zelensky is now on Twitter saying thank you to every world leader that stands with Ukraine.
Every world leader?
If a world leader has tweeted out today expressing solidarity with Ukraine, he has personally thanked them for their support on Twitter.
Is the United States one of them?
No, because why would they?
Exactly. I think that would be so funny
it's clearly a move to be like, okay, do you want me to say thank you? I'll say it to the people that are supporting us and not trying to blackmail me for resources.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yes, but
I think it's funny that most of the world leaders are obviously very, I don't want to necessarily say afraid, but they're preparing for things to go south, right? But they're also like not taking any of his garbage at all. And I think it's great. Don't take his garbage. Treat him like the garbage he is. Did you see the new trailer, the teaser trailer for Shrek 5?
Speaking of disappointments.
You know, it could be great. The art style.
Donkey looks like he bites, and not like when you see a kid that's like, oh, that toddler bites people.
Yeah, I think the art style, the art change was a mistake. I do. However, it could still be great. It could still be amazing if you just get over the slight change in art style.
No,
I don't know why you would change perfection, right? With Shrek 1 and 2 being perfect movies, and the other movies we don't really talk about.
And like they've changed the character designs before.
Mm-hmm.
The first movie came out in 97, I think.
Right.
No, 99. It doesn't matter when it came out, but it was early on within CG technology.
Uh-huh.
So as it got closer to 2010, when the fourth one came out, it got better. The design was crisper. It was less PS1 graphics and more like normal movie graphics around that time. And so like there is this like cartoonish vibe that movies now have in today's culture, and like it is very much like the Croods.
Yeah.
However, you are exaggerating things in a human way on a non-human character, and it looks bad.
When I saw Shrek for the first time, I said he just looks like Branch from Trolls.
Yeah.
Like they're Disney-fying everything, but at DreamWorks. So like Disney, all of the characters look the same. Like there are differences, but like you can clearly see the Disney art style. And now DreamWorks is making all of their projects look the same with the now DreamWorks art style. And I don't like it. Because if these characters just came out, if this was Shrek 1,
yeah.
All right, sure. But this is Shrek 5, and you're taking something that's already great and amazing and like Teen Titans Going It is what you're doing right now, and I hate you.
And like you can redesign a character and it not look bad to like show like the age and progression.
Yeah.
Because Puss in Boots in The Last Wish is one of the best designs of a cartoon in the most recent years. Like it's a wonderfully designed cartoon. I think The Wild Robot is also a DreamWorks picture, and the animation on that is brilliant. I don't know why you have to ruin it just because it like you can change the characters' designs to show what 15 years has passed or whatever, and like it make it look different, but that's not what you're doing. You're redesigning characters but not rebooting the movie.
I'm going to watch it. I will probably, as long as it's a decent story, enjoy it. But I'm still like, there's still going to be that hang up of why does it look this way?
I agree.
But we'll see, because there were a few iffy Shrek movies and a few really amazing Shrek movies, so it could go either way, honestly.
We are currently tied on the Shrek franchise. Too bad, too good.
The Shrek Trans 5. We're currently tied.
All right. I should go to bed.
I think that's a great idea, buddy.
You know, I think it's a great idea.
What?
The listeners going over to Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Threads and following us and seeing what we're posting and what we're going to be up to over on those channels to staying up to date with us, as well as heading over to our Patreon at patreon.com/thegarlicboys and finding our page and supporting us for as low as $3 a month or $10 a month. If you want to hear the after show for TGB One Shots, then you can head over to our Redbubble store, buy some of your favorite merch from over there, with designs made personally by Matt and I, based on inside jokes and just bits from the show. Finally, head on over to YouTube to watch video versions of this podcast that you just listened to. Excuse me. And to watch the video versions for the Clever Boy quizzes, which are over up there as well. Matt, do you have a supplementary mom report for this week?
Fiona! Yeah, you're a great mom. You got 3 kids, but only one of them's in the trailer.
Voiced by Zendaya. We didn't even talk about that.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that, if I'm being honest.
I'll go with Dragon then to keep it in the franchise.
All right, yeah, those dragon donkey hybrid babies were something of a McDonald's toy back in the day.
Boy, howdy were they. Thank you so much for listening. And as always, remember to
stay
garlicky. Do you think if AJ did a shout of frustration, it would pick it up on the mic?
Yes. No. Maybe.
Can you give me a shout of frustration? I'm going to say that's a no.